Don't mix apples and oranges when valuing a business. This has come to my attention recently because I had some very smart people bring this up and ask me this question. So I think there's some confusion out there. I'm Josh Horn of Horn Valuation. I value businesses in divorce, litigation, and exit planning. There are three approaches to valuing a business, and there are methods under each approach. There's the income approach, which is using the income, or in a lot of cases, the cash flows to value the business. There is the market approach, where you use the values of similar companies to value your company. And there's the asset approach, which is valuing the assets less the liabilities of the company to determine the equity value of the business. And what I'm talking about today primarily is when we have one and we throw in another one. So the most common one I'm seeing brought up is, don't we need to add in the inventory or the raw materials or something like this under this other approach, which is usually an income approach or a market approach? And the answer is generally no. And the simplest way I can explain this is, so you value the business under the income approach, you're valuing the cash flows. And the cash flows are generated from the assets of the business. So if you throw those assets back on top, you're double counting in a lot of cases. So the answer, in short, in a lot of cases is no. You're not going to mix an income approach and an asset approach. Now, like anything in life, there are exceptions to the rule. And the most common situation I see is where you have a business that has what we call in the valuation business non-operating assets, or translated differently, the ones I see most common are excess cash and real estate that should not be in the business. So to give you an example, let's say the business only needs about $50,000 of cash to operate effectively, but there's $150,000 in the bank. So after analysis and comparing this to similar companies, we determined that the $100,000 is excess. So we would take that excess cash, which is an asset, and we would add it to the values determined under an income and a market approach, if those are methods that we choose to use in the valuation. The other one, as I brought up, is real estate. Sometimes there is real estate that has no business being in the company, maybe a vacation home or just some odd piece of real estate, some piece of rental real estate that just is not suited to the operating business. That piece of real estate may need to be appraised and added to the values determined under an income or a market approach. So again, don't mix apples and oranges in methods. In most cases, you're going to have an income approach, a market approach, and or an asset approach. You may use one of those, you may use all of those, but where you need to be careful is don't mix two of them together. All right? This is Josh Horn of Horn Valuation. Have a great day. Bye.